If I had known that Tuesday was the last one, I would have paid a different kind of attention. Would have memorized the weight of the evening. Would have named each ordinary thing. The way you set your glass down on the table, the particular laugh, the specific ring of your voice in that room on that night that I didn't know to hold. We watched something forgettable on television. You fell asleep before the ending, like always. I turned it off and sat there in the quiet, watched you breathe the way I did most always. Not knowing that the watching was the last, not knowing that the quiet was the last, not knowing that's the part that breaks me now. Not the losing, the not knowing. Final. If anyone had said, remember this, remember it, the last good night we didn't know was last is the one I replay slower than the past would let me, wanting every detail back. The last good night we didn't know was last is the ordinary thing that now I lack the most. The unremarkable, the fine. The last good night we didn't know was last was the best night, was the most divine, because it was just us, just living, just enough. The last good night we didn't know was last, was love, was ordinary, was love. Looking for the sign that I should have caught, some signal in the evening that announced itself, some evidence of what the night had brought. For the last time, for the final time, for good, but ordinary nights don't advertise their lastness. That's the cruelest part. They look exactly like the ones before until they don't. And I've forgiven myself for the not knowing, but I grieve the ordinary I let pass without the reverence it should have had on that particular unremarkable last. The last good night we didn't know was last is the lesson I'll be living ever after. Treat the ordinary like it has a cost. Treat the Tuesday like it's made of laughter, worth the saving, the full attention, worth the stay. The last good night we didn't know was last made me love the ordinary differently today, with more, with all of it, with everything. The last good night we didn't know was last taught me what the ordinary brings. When you love it like you know, it could be last. It could be last. So now I watch the way she sets her glass down. Now I memorize the laugh, the particular sound of the ordinary evening while I'm in it, while it's here, while it's because of you, because of that. It's finally enough. The last good night we didn't know was last is the gift inside the grief, the grace inside the past. The last good night we didn't know was last. Said pay attention, love the ordinary fast, and slow and fully love the Tuesday in the rain. The last good night we didn't know was last. Made every ordinary night a sacred thing again, a thing worth naming, worth the seeing, worth the stay. The last good night we didn't know was last is why I love this ordinary day, with everything, with all of it, with you inside the memory, inside the memory, inside the then, inside the now. The last good night was love, and love is now. The last good night we didn't know was last. Pay attention, every night is everything. I sleep on my side still, haven't crossed the middle. Some invisible agreement held in place by muscle memory or grief or something gentler. The simple fact of honoring the space that was yours, that is yours, it stays yours in the dark on the other side of the bed. The window faces east, I watch the morning coming on your side first, the way it did when you'd wait before me, lie there reading, the light across your face, the quiet, the lit of the world not yet open, just us. Before the day required anything of us, and the half that you slept in keeps its shape somehow. In the dark I still reach toward it, even now. Half the bed, half the sky, half of every morning since the night you said goodbye. Half the bed, half the sky, half the room is still so full of you. I don't know why I try to move to the middle, never make it through. Half the bed, half the sky, half of everything I am is still with you. Across the dark, across the cold. Half the bed, half the sky, half a story, half a life, half told, half and half. All you. I changed the sheets once, thought it might help something. It didn't help the way I hoped it would. The new one's just made IVF spaces hold a person even after they go. Half the bed, half the sky, half the window and the light and the sunrise. Half the bed, half the sky, half the silence and the reaching in the night across to something warm that isn't warm anymore. Half the bed, half the sky, half of me is standing at your door still quietly, permanently. Half the bed, half the sky, half is all I'll ever be without the other half, without you. Half the sky, half is how I'm making it through, half the everything, half the you. I've been told to take the whole bed, move to the center of the room. I try, I genuinely try, but by 3 a.m. I'm back to my side, to the edge, to the half that was mine, when half was enough, because the other half was you, and half with you was whole. Half the bed, half the sky, half the world is missing, and I can't say why. It still surprises me each morning, each night. Half the bed, half the sky is where I live now, in the half light, the half reaching, half remembering, half through. Half the bed, half the sky, half of everything was you, was whole, was full. Half the bed, half the life, still beautiful, still worth the living, still worth the half. Half the bed, half the sky, half of everything I have is yours, is still, is always half, and hope is you. Half the bed, half the sky, still yours, still reaching. There's a version of me only you remember, the one who laughed at things I've since outgrown, the one who left the dishes, kept the window open, the one who wasn't good at being alone, but wasn't because of you, because the room had you inside it, making it a home. People know me differently now, more careful, more assembled, more rehearsed and arranged. A smile in the right places, say the right things, but the version that you knew was less contained, was raw, more afraid and more alive than anything that came out the other side. songs. I find pieces, never all of it. That version only lived where you belong. The version of me you knew was the realest thing I've ever been, the truest. The version of me you knew was undefended, open and the newest. Everything before it was rehearsal, rough draft, almost. The version of me you knew was the one I want back the most. Not for you, for me, for who I was inside the version you knew. I ran into a friend who knew us both last April. She said you looked well, said you seemed at peace. She said I seemed the same, but something different. I asked her what, she said like a released breath that's been held too long. I knew she meant it kindly, but I felt the loss inside the word released. Because the version that she knew was not released. It was alive, it was reaching, it was real. The version of me you knew was the one that didn't know how much it needed. The version of me you knew is the part of me that hasn't been completed since you left, since the rollers got polished away. The version of me you knew is the one I'm still looking for today. In every quiet, every honest moment. The version of me you knew is the closest thing I've known to whole, to real, to true. I'm not asking you to come back, I'm not standing at the door. I'm just honest in this song about the man I was before. The careful before the assembled, before the window closed. The version of me you knew is the one I miss the most. Of myself, of the living, of the fully being here. The version of me you knew is somewhere in the person I'm still working through. The version of me you knew left something in the making I've been coming to. Slowly, imperfectly, honestly whole. The version of me you knew planted something deep enough inside my soul that it keeps growing, keeps becoming. The version of me you knew keeps turning into something worth the knowing, worth the truth. The version of me you knew is everything I'm growing into, still, always, because of you. The version of me you knew, still growing, still becoming, still yours to claim. Before I knew how to write about the feeling, I was already deep inside of it. Before I had the words for what was happening, the whole thing had already fully lit. Inside me blazing, nameless, enormous, and you were standing in the center of it. I wrote bad drafts, 100 different metaphors. None of them got anywhere near the truth. The truth was too enormous for the language I had available at 22. So I just lived inside, inarticulate, and completely overwhelmed by you. And the song before the song about you was just a silence where the love was growing. Too big for words, too real for music, yet too full for anything but knowing. The song before the song about you was the quietest and biggest song I've ever sung. The song before the song about you was every almost lyric, every word among the ones I swallowed, every draft I left unfinished. The song before the song about you was the truest thing before the language did it justice. Before the chorus, before the craft, the song before the song about you was a love too large, too full to fit inside a song. Now I have the words, all the right words, the ones that took me years to find. And you are gone, moved into your own story, and the words feel almost cruel in their design. Perfect and arrived at and too late. The song complete after the singers left the stage. And the song before the song about you was at least honest in its wordlessness. At least the silence knew it wasn't ready. At least the silence didn't promise more than this. The song before the song about you is still the one that plays when is that song, is the truest, is the best, is below the rest, is you. The song before the song about you was 20 years of drafts arriving somewhere true. The song before the song about you is everything I've written, learning how to move toward the simple, enormous thing I felt. The song before the song about you was the realest hand that I was dealt. Before I knew the rules, before the craft, the song before the song about you was the first and was the last, and is the one beneath them all. The song before your song is still the call that started everything, was you. The song before the song was you, was always you. Before the words, still you.
Before I knew how to write about the feeling, I was already deep inside of it. Before I had the words for what was happening, the whole thing had already fully lit inside me, blazing, nameless, enormous. And you were standing in the center of it. I wrote bad drafts, 100 different metaphors, none of them got anywhere near the truth. The truth was too enormous for the language I had available at 22. So I just lived inside it, inarticulate and completely overwhelmed by you. And the song before the song about you is just the silence where the love was growing. Too big for words, too real for music yet, too full for anything but knowing. The song before the song about you is the quietest and biggest song I've ever sung. The song before the song about you was every almost lyric, every word among the ones I swallowed, every draft I left unfinished. The song before the song about you was the truest thing before the language did it justice, before the chorus, before the craft. The song before the song about you was a love too large, too full to fit inside a song. Now I have the words, all the right words, the ones that took me years to find. And you are gone, moved into your own story, and the words feel almost cruel in their design. Perfect and arrived at, and too late. The song complete after the singers left the stage. And the song before the song about you was at least honest in its wordlessness. At least least the silence knew it wasn't ready. At least the silence didn't promise more than this. The song before the song about you is still the one that plays when no one else is near. The song before the song about you is the one that lives below the songs you hear. For me, in everything I've written, in the foundation, the song before the song about you was the original, the truest iteration of what love sounds like before it learns to speak. The song before the song about you is the version that I keep below the finish, below the perform. The song before the song about you is the warmest, most unformed, most honest, most you, most real. The song before your song is how I feel. Every songwriter has one song that lives below the catalog, that never quite got written right, that lives inside the fog of almost language, almost music, almost ready, never done. The song before the song about you is that one, is that song, is the truest, is the best, is below the rest, is you. The song before the song about you was 20 years of drafts arriving somewhere true. The song before the song about you is everything I've written, learning how to move toward the simple, enormous thing I felt. The song before the song about you was the realest hand that I was dealt before I knew the rules, before the craft. The song before the song about you was the first, it was the last, and is the one beneath them all. The song before your song is still the core that started everything, was you. The song before the song was you, was always you, before the word still you. You never asked me to, that's the thing. I've turned over in the quiet for a decade now. You never said the word that would have held me, never gave me the specific reason how to stay, to root, to choose the staying over going. Never asked, and so I didn't know to choose. I was ready, God, I was so ready. Was packed with all the reasons to remain. Was standing at the door with both hands open, waiting on the word that never came. The one small word that would have answered everything. The one you swallowed, the one that stayed inside. And I have made my peace with all the silence, but the silence question I can't close. All these years, one word away from different. All these years, one ask away from home. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have put the suitcase down, unpacked the past. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have built the whole life, would have made it last. Every single road I've driven since that door. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have never needed anything more than you asking, than you needing, than you. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked me to. I wonder sometimes if you knew that, if you felt the staying that was in me, pressing close. If you saw it and chose silence as an answer, if the not asking was itself the most honest thing you gave me, your own goodbye, disguised as nothing, dressed as oversight. And either way the outcome is the same road, either way the door was what it was. But the question lies regardless of the answer, because the question is the thing that love does to a person. Keeps them wondering, keeps them close to the moment they were one word from the most. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have traded every future for the past. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have let the whole wide world go by so fast while we built the slow and ordinary thing. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have given you the everything, the ring, the Tuesday, and the silence, and the years. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. This is for everyone who didn't ask, when asking was the only thing required. Everyone who swallowed the one word that the person at the door so deeply desired to hear before they went, before they walked into the life that wasn't this one, wasn't you. You were one ask, one word, one night. From forever, from the whole of it, from me. And I have loved the life that followed. I want you to know that I have loved it true. But somewhere in the loving is the knowledge that I would have loved it more asked me to. That's the thing, I've turned over in the quiet for a decade now. You never said the word that would have held me, never gave me the specific reason how to stay, to root, to choose to stay and over going. Never asked, and so I didn't know to choose. I was ready, God, I was so ready. Was packed with all the reasons to remain. Was standing at the door.
There's a version of me only you remember, the one who left the things I've since outgrown, the one who left the dishes, kept the window open, the one who wasn't good at being alone, but wasn't because of you, because the room had you inside, making it a home. People know me differently now, more careful, more assembled, more rehearsed and arranged. I smile in the right places, say the right things, but the version that you knew was less contained, was raw, more afraid and more alive than anything that came out the other side. And sometimes I go looking for that version in the mirror, in old photographs, in songs. I'll find pieces, never all of it. That version only lived where you belong. The version of me you knew was the realest thing I've ever been, the truest. The version of me you knew was undefended, open, and the newest. Everything before it was rehearsal, rough draft almost. The version of me you knew was the one I want back the most. Not for you, for me, for who I was inside. The version you knew. I ran into a friend who knew us both last April. She said you looked well, said you seemed at peace. She said I seem the same, but something different. I asked her what. She said like a released breath that's been held too long. I knew she meant it kindly, but I felt the loss inside the word released, because the version that you knew was not released. It was alive, it was reaching, it was real. The version of me you knew was the one that didn't know how much you needed. The version of me you knew is the part of me that hasn't been completed since
about the man I was before. The careful before the assembled, before the window closed. The version of me you knew is the one I miss the most. Of myself, of the living, of the fully being here. The version of me you knew is somewhere in the person I'm still working through. The version of me you knew left something in the making I've been coming to. Slowly, imperfectly, honestly whole. Version of me you knew planted something deep enough inside my soul that it keeps growing, keeps becoming. The version of me you knew keeps turning into something worth the knowing, worth the true. The version of me you knew is everything I'm growing into. Still, always, because of you. The version of me you knew, still growing, still becoming, still yours to claim. I sleep on my side still, haven't crossed the middle. Some invisible agreement held in place by muscle memory or grief or something gentler. The simple fact of honoring the space that was yours, that is yours, that stays yours. In the dark on the other side of the bed, the window faces east. I watch the morning coming on your side first, the way you did when you'd wake before me, lie there reading. The light across your face, the quiet, the lid of the world not yet open, just us. Before the day required anything of us, and the half that you slept in keeps its shape somehow. In the dark I still reach toward it, even now. Half the bed, half the sky, half of every morning since the night you said goodbye. Half the bed, half the sky, half the room is still so full of you. I don't know why I try to move to the middle, never make it through. Half the bed, half the sky, half of everything I am is still with you. Across the dark, across the cold, half the bed, half the sky, half a story, half a life, half told, half and half for you. I changed the sheets once, thought it might help something. It didn't help the way I hoped it would. The new ones just made obvious the outline of what the old ones had already understood about 'cause the other half was you, and half with you was whole. Half the bed, half the sky, half the world is missing, and I can't say why. It still surprises me each morning, each night. Half the bed, half the sky is where I live now, in the half light, the half reaching, half remember, half through. Half the bed, half the sky, half of everything was you. Was home, was home, was fun. Half the bed, half the sky, half of life, still beautiful, still worth the living, still worth the half. Half the bed, half the sky, half of everything I have is yours, is still, is always. Half and whole is you. Oh. Half the bed, half the sky, still yours, still reaching. You never asked me to, that's the thing. I've turned over in the quiet for a decade now. You never said the word that would have held me, never gave me the specific reason how to stay, to root, to choose the staying over going. Never asked, and so I didn't know to choose. I was ready, God, I was so ready. Was packed with all the reasons to remain. Was standing at the door with both hands open, waiting on the word that never came. The one small word that would have answered everything. The one you swallowed, the one that stayed inside. And I have made my peace with all the silence, but the silence left a question I can't close. All these years, one word away from different. All these years, one ask away from home. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have put the suitcase down, unpacked the past. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have built the whole life, would have made it last. Every single road I've driven since that dawn. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have never needed anything more than you asking, than you needing, than you. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked me to. I wonder sometimes if you knew that, if you felt the staying that was in me pressing close, if you saw it and chose silence as an answer, if the not asking was itself the most honest thing you gave me, your own goodbye, disguised as nothing, dressed as oversight. And either way the outcome is the same road, either way the door was what it was. keeps them wondering, keeps them close to the moment they were one word from the most. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have traded every future for the past. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have let the whole wide world go by so fast while we built the slow and ordinary thing. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have given you the everything, the ring, the Tuesday and the silence and the years. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. This is for everyone who didn't ask, when asking was the only thing required. Everyone who swallowed the one word that the person at the door so deeply desired to hear before they went, before they walked into the life that wasn't this one, wasn't you. You were one ask, one word, one night from forever, from the whole of it, from me. And I have loved the life that followed. I want you to know that I have loved it true. But somewhere in the loving is the knowledge that I would have loved it more with you. If you had asked, if you had only asked, I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Would have let the whole horizon go hell fast. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. Every dream I chased was second to the last thing I wanted, which was simply you and here. I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. And 10,000 people in this hall tonight are someone who would have stayed, who would have given everything if someone they loved had asked. If someone had only asked. We are all the ones who would have stayed forever. We are all the ones who needed just one word. We are all still standing at the door we left through, waiting on the ask we never heard. I would have stayed, I would have stayed, I would have stayed forever if you'd asked. If you had only asked. You never asked me to, that's the thing. I've turned over in the quiet for a decade now. You never said the word that would have held me, never gave me the specific reason how to stay, to root, to choose, but staying over going. Never asked, and so I didn't know to choose. I was ready, God, I was so ready. Was packed with all the reasons to remain. If I had known that Tuesday was the last one, I would have paid a different kind of attention. Would have memorized the weight of the evening. Would have named named each ordinary thing. The way you set your glass down on the table, the particular laugh, the specific ring of your voice in that room on that night that I didn't know to hold. We watched something forgettable on television. You fell asleep before the ending like always. I turned it off and sat there in the quiet, watched you breathe the way I did most always, not knowing that the watching was the last, not knowing that the quiet was the last, not knowing that's the part that breaks me now, not the losing, the not knowing how, because I would have been so present. God, I would have burned the whole night into permanent if anyone had told me it was final, if anyone had said remember this, remember it. The last good night we didn't know was last is the one I replay slower than the past will let me, wanting every detail back. The last good night we didn't know was last is the ordinary thing that now I lack the most, the unremarkable, the fine. The last good night we didn't know was last was the best night, was the most divine, because it was just us, just living, just enough. The last good night we didn't know was last was love, was ordinary, was love. I've gone back through the memory 1,000 times, looking for the sign that I should have caught, some signal in the evening that announced itself, some evidence of what the night had brought. For the last time, for the final time, for good, but ordinary nights don't advertise their lastness. That's the coolest part. They look exactly like the ones before, until they don't. And I've forgiven myself for the not knowing, but I grieve the ordinary I let pass, without the reverence it should have had on that particular unremarkable last. The last good night we didn't know was last is the lesson I've been living ever after. Treat the ordinary like it has a cost. Treat the Tuesday like it's made of laughter, worth the saving, worth the full attention, worth the stay. The last good night we didn't know was last made me love the ordinary differently today, with more, with all of it, with everything. The last good night we didn't know was last taught me what the ordinary brings, when you love it like you know it could be last. It could be last. So now I watch the way she sets her glass down. Now I memorize the laugh, the particular sound of the ordinary evening, while I'm in it, while it's here, while it's mine, while the light's still around. The last good night we didn't know was last made me live inside the now, and the now, because of you, because of them, is finally enough. The last good night we didn't know was last is the gift inside the grief, the grace inside the past. The last good night we didn't know was last said pay attention, love the ordinary fast, and slow and is now.